Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini, 90 hours from Illustrated. Welcome you to the Hump Day edition of Makini in the morning. Hope you guys are having a good week. A good week so far. We made it to the middle of the week, and tomorrow is Juneteenth, so that means I get a holiday. We'll be having some fun tomorrow. We'll have a lot of fun tomorrow. So today, what we're going to work on is. Today we're going to continue this illustration. I've been at it for the past couple days. I've been at this for the past 2 days, 2 work days. I just finished the background, and what we're going to do, I just finished most of the background basically. What we're going to do next is we're going to try to finish up the background. And I want to make a couple of changes. Before we begin the lighting, before we start on the lighting and everything. So in the meantime, you guys have voted. So as promised, we will do a live reaction to Latina Parfait's video while we get all this done, okay? Anytime we got 5 people watching here on YouTube, if you guys can do me a kind favor and
hey, if you're enjoying this program, please smack that like button and make a jiggle.
And smack that subscribe button if you want to see more art content from Makini. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoy the show.
Later.
Okay. Smack that like button, make a jiggle, smack that subscribe button, and making what? Man, speaking to a ticket. What the fuck? Okay, Okay, audio check. Okay, audio check. How do I sound now? All right, mic check. How do I sound? Mic check. What's going on? Let's see. Let me hear the playback. Listen to the playback real quick. How do I sound, guys? Tin can. How do I sound, guys? Oh, damn, I do. Okay, let me open up my sound part. Okay. Sounds. Okay, playback. Let's okay, listen. Before playback, speaker levels at 100. Okay. Okay. How about now? Okay, how do I now? Sounds. Okay, how do I now? I still hear it. I still hear that like that tin can muffle thing. Okay. Let me let me do this then. Let's do let me check my audio. Oh, that's why. I got it on my dual sense. Okay. Okay, how about now? There we go. There we go. Let's see if that changes it. I still hear it. I still hear that. Okay, how about now? Much better. Okay, much better. Okay, how do I sound, guys? It looks like I sound much better now. Yeah, I had it. My speakers were going through my dual sense. They were going through my DualSense PS5 controller. That's why my PS5 controller hooked up. So my bad on that one. Okay, so 4 people watching, 5 people watching. Regardless, smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chat. And she's not here. Where's my penny? Where's our penny? Where's our penny? We need our penny. We need our penny who wants to who loves to groove to my playlist as we go live. So. It'll summon her. It shall summon her. I'll play some. It will summon Penny. Anyway, Power. Good morning, Neo J. Good morning. JSW, ladies and gentlemen, and all those stuff for the most exciting times. Makini in the morning. You flatter me, JSW. You flatter me. You flatter me, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. JSW, you flatter me. Okay, I got the sound fixed. Sound fixed is much more clear. Neo J, good morning. Okay. So, what is it? 609. So let's do this. First, let's spend the first 30 minutes. For the first 30 minutes, let's do the first 30 minutes. Let's just catch up with you guys on the illustration. We'll clean up the background, and then at around the 6, let's say around the 6:35 mark. Let's say around the 6:35 mark, let's boot up. We'll boot up the Latina Parfait video and react to that. So, all right, make sure that is up going. I do not hear much more music. Why is my music? I can barely hear. I can barely hear my music too. What is going on? Wait, make sure I'm on speakerphone before we do that. Oh, that's why. Oh no, it is on speaker. Okay, I hear it. Okay, I hear it. Okay, I hear it. Not too loud. Not too loud. I just didn't hear it earlier. Okay, so let's do a breakdown. Let's do a quick breakdown of what I got so far. As I promised yesterday, I was gonna all right, there we go. So as I promised yesterday, I was gonna rework the colors on Belle's swimsuit to match the leaked costume that she's got coming up, and I think it might be in the next update, if I am very much correct. There you go, leaked costume in the next update. So we did do that. So I did update that. By the way, I'm turning on the Pomodoro clock because I need to get up and stretch while I'm doing this. So sorry if I'm all over the place, my friend. Sorry if I am all over the place. Eli, good to see you. Okay. So what are we gonna do? What do we do? Okay, so final. Let's bring out the final. Let's bring up the final piece of the puzzle. First off, what do you guys think of the background this time? I know due to the angle, of the drawing, it's not going to be as packed as it was in the previous one with Miyabi, but we got to do our obligatory. But I do like how it's turned out so far, kind of the changing of the landscape a little bit. Now let's see, where can we put you? Now, where can we put you? What is going on? Okay, there we go. Okay, now where can we put you? Okay. You know what? I don't like that. You know what? That rock formation is totally fine. Let's do that way. Let's do it that way. Put her right in front of that rock formation. I'm gonna shrink her down. You guys know what I'm about to do. You guys know who I'm about to draw next. You guys know. It looks pretty good. You guys know who I'm drawing next. All right, we're drawing Jane. Okay, so we're drawing Jane. I'm gonna swing out down here. We're gonna draw Jane, and I'm just gonna do this in one. I'm just gonna do this because she's so farther into the background. I can just do this with one. Do this in one go. But first, I want to open up my Miyabi clip. I just want to have that side by side, just so I get the swimsuit right this time. You get the swimsuit right this time. Oh man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Penny, there she is. You're gonna draw some watermelon. Oh my god, I should do that. I should totally do that. Okay. Okay. So let's get Jane. Let's get Jane here. Make sure you have to get Jane. I'm gonna put this side by side so that way we got a good idea of where Jane is. Okay. Now I'm using let's use the ink brush first. So I'm gonna do this. So we're gonna do this like a side by side because I want to make sure I got Jane in the. And this time Jane's gonna have a lot more. This time Jane's gonna be a tiny bit more closer. So I'm just gonna start off with a rough sketch. So we're just gonna wait, and she's not meant to be, because she's in the background, she's not gonna be as detailed. So we'll just do a base sketch here. We'll start from there, and then we'll just build it up as we go along. The funny thing is, nobody, the only person, only one person on Twitter noticed Jane in the background. And I was like, I am so happy somebody finally paid attention. I was so happy people are paying close attention to the background, because I'm throwing some little things in there. I'm throwing some little subtle things in there too. And it was cool because I feel like I found like a very simple way to do the background, just not simple. I guess I found a more simple way to kind of implement background characters in this drawing. So I found a way that works, and we just kind of stuck with that. So but we are doing. But it is. But I like this. I have this idea of. So we're gonna do like 6 drawings total. I think this is gonna be this whole like series is gonna comprise of 6 illustrations, and each and for the remaining 3 illustrations, Jane is going to be um Jane is gonna nobody's gonna pay attention to this, but Jane is going to be in the background. Jane is going to be subtly in the background. So they're gonna play. It's gonna be a game of Where's Waldo with Jane in the background there. But the whole idea is that she is sneaking up. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. The whole idea is that Jane is going to be sneaking up just like very suspiciously and then have the final then have the last drawing in this the last illustration is of Jane basically taking taking Wise's attention from the other girls, all the other girls basically. I thought it would be funny, and I'll do and I'm gonna do Eli, if you're still listening right now, I'm gonna do you a solid. So that's all I'm gonna say. Do you a solid. But I thought this would be a pretty funny like little series of stuff. And the cool thing is like I'm picturing in my mind that more and more you see the chibi I said I'm gonna do you a solid, Eli. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do you a solid. So, but no. If you guys pay, and I think the game is all about you guys just need to pay close attention. Pay close attention to everything in the foreground. To pay close attention to the focus in the foreground, of course, but have it subtle. Have it be very subtle, though. So I got a whole idea now. So I know who the next characters are going to do, and it's probably going to be a 4-person shot this time. It's probably going to be a 4-person shot. But it all ends with Jane, basically. It all ends with Jane. But let's see, I'm trying to but this will be a really fun, like, so far I'm having a blast putting this together. This is a really fun little, almost like a little almost like you're doing a little almost like you're doing a little web comic. Almost like you're doing a little comic strip. This almost feels like you're doing a little comic strip for each of the characters, for all these girls. But if you guys are not people who are know probably have no idea, like there's clearly a low-key Zenless is clearly a low-key Wise harem going on, because and people kind of took that and basically just ran with that, because you have all of these girls come onto Wise specifically, and it's like, you know what? That works. Chibi Mac on sale soon. Oh my god, no. Oh god. That'd be crazy. I don't think anybody would want that, though. I don't think anybody would want that. Okay. Here. Okay, let's do. Nobody noticed the. It's like the funny thing is like nobody noticed because Miyabi is supposed to be the focus of attention, and the idea is to have the idea is to kind of liven up the background with other characters, in Zenless, just kind of like being subtle and just doing it very subtle, like a subtle Easter egg here, a subtle nod. Like in the Miyabi illustration, you can see Nekomata, Ambi, and you can see Nekomata, Ambi, and Sokaku run into the water. So that'll be a little fun little like link and nod there. So it's like putting a little, I thought it'd be a fun little just putting these fun little details behind it. As far as this one goes, you know what? I like how this turned out. It was like, this is probably my first time drawing Ellen. This is my first time drawing these three. In fact, this is my second time drawing Ellen. So, Ellen. So, okay. Okay, so we got to do the. Okay, so next up we got to do the. Next up we got to do the face. Next up we got to do the hair and such like that. So, but I just thought this would be just a really fun, just all in all, a really fun illustration, a really fun illustration, basically. And I probably should be taking a little more time here. And I got to just want to keep a close eye on my, timer. Just want to keep a very close eye on my timer, so that way we're not wasting way too much on the illustration here. Just doing okay. Jane's hair here. It's just like I said, I thought this would be so much fun, and like I said, have the drawing itself and with have the drawing itself and with Jane and with Jane winning out in the end. That'd be really funny, like little weekend nod there, you know. Funny little weekend nod there. I am honest opinion. Why is this very hyper focused on what? Yeah, I think I'm in the same opinion. Although I do think it's just like the idea of just like Wise being like very dumbfounded and oblivious to what, not taking the freaking hint, which is why I did this series, just because I find it amusing. Just find it amusing that it's just like something that developers just kind of like low key threw that in there. I thought I'd just have some fun, play around with it though. Now, as far as the video goes, I did see that Jay the Concept also made a video on the Stellar Blade in regards to Dragon Age the Veilguard. Speaking of which, is a stupid thing. Speaking of which, that was really stupid. Apparently, fans are apologizing to BioWare for their criticism on Dragon Age the Veilguard, which comes off as a very hard to believe, a press X to doubt, just because of the sources and such like that. Emerald, did you switch your profile picture? What the freak, man? What's it now? I can't even tell your profile picture, Emerald, but good morning to you. And by the way, guys, we will get to the Latina Parfait video in about 10 minutes. I just need 10 more minutes to in about 10 minutes we're gonna get to the Latina Parfait video. So we'll do you guys a solid. So we're gonna do this. Get that black. Get that black, because this will be a. And I think what I'll probably do is. I'm doing that expression. Doing that expression basically. And by the way, I gotta by the way, before I forget, thank you to the new subscribers. First off, thank you to all the new subscribers I got. I think I got about 10 new subs yesterday, or 10 new subs on Monday. Special thank you to the special thank you. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's Big Titty Noir. Okay. We probably need a Noir mod, Stellar Blade. I mean, we got the Samus mod, which is, she's got the Samus mod's got, Eve with the Noir proportions. Now we just need a bunny suit. Now we just need the bunny suit and the Tan's kid to make her look more like Noir. I'm just saying. How dare you tease me with Noir, motherfucker? What the freak? This is gonna look so bad. But no, I want to take a moment to say thank you to the 10 new subscribers. Thank you to the 10 new subs. 10 new subs I got. 10 or so new subs I got on Monday, and special thank you to the special thank you to the official Stellar Blade Twitter account, because they liked my post and it went they liked my post and it blew up. I won't say it went viral, but it blew up. My Twitter post blew up. I think I had like 2,000. I think I had like 2.2k likes on that post, and I was like, what the freak? Why? And it turns out that was like, yeah, the freaking Stellar Blade, the official Stellar Blade account liked my post. I was like, bro, this is absolute cinema right now. I'm like, holy crap, we're moving up. Okay, and thank you to 700. Thank you to 700 on Twitter. Let's see if we can. We're gonna try to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So, and I'm close to 100 followers on I'm close to 100 followers on Newgrounds too. So there's that. There's that, man. No, you guys have been freaking amazing. No, you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I can't thank all y'all. Seriously, that was really awesome. So, but yeah, we will be doing Stellar Blade. We'll do another Stellar Blade playthrough on Juneteenth. So that will be be here, guys. We will be all over on that. We'll probably do the Nikkei. We'll probably do the Nikkei collab as well. We'll do the Stellar Blade collab in Nikkei first, and then we'll jump into Stellar Blade next. Okay. It's not easy. It's trying to do like a freaking silhouette of in color. I'm trying to do a freaking silhouette in color here. And yes, I have heard. Yes, I've been using Ayaka mods. Lucky Neko. Thank you, though. Yes, I have been using Ayaka mods, actually. Play Concord and GT representation. Yeah, first off, I don't think we can anymore because, it's gone. Maybe we could play. Maybe they could release fair games on Juneteenth. I don't know. Or maybe Relooted on Juneteenth. I mean, why not? What a better way to celebrate. What a better way to celebrate Juneteenth than both games about black people stealing shit. Why not? Come on. Good morning, Sean. Oh, man. Oh, this is going to be fun. Anyway, I'm almost... Wait, okay. So I got about 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes. I don't know if I can do this at the... Yeah, you know what? No. Let's do it that way. For those who don't know, I'm adding Jane to, we're playing a game of Where's Jane in the background. Gonna do a game of Where's Jane. So Jane's gonna be right here. Okay, so let's do we're gonna do a quick shading. Jane's gonna be the only one in this shot, so I don't have any. I originally was gonna add Bernice and Bernice and Pulchra, but I'm thinking I'll probably just save that for later. I'll probably save Bernice and Pulchra for the next illustration. So it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be like really fun. So I haven't done them. And part of my reason why I did Trigger was because I haven't done. I realized that like most of the characters I'm drawing are going to be the most of the characters I'm drawing so far are like from the early versions. So the newer characters from the later versions I haven't drawn yet. So I was like, okay, I'll draw. I want to throw in I want to throw in just a more recent. I want to throw in a more recent character in the mix. So here's Bernice. No, I'll probably add Bernice in the background for the next one though. I'll probably will add Bernice in the next one. This is meant to be more of a subtle, just like a subtle. I was kind of impressed. You know, the funny thing is like I didn't have to do I don't need to like do like full line art. I don't need to do like full line art or anything, or do like the full the full shebang with a background character. Just kind of like put her in the background and let Oh, I'm on the freaking ink brush. That's why. Okay. I'm on a freaking ink brush. That's why. Okay. Why not? I was like, why am I on the ink brush? Why am I still on the ink brush though? Sorry, I'm still on the ink brush. I was like, why am I still on the ink brush? There we go. Okay, here we go. Here. 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 So we're in just about a couple minutes. I think about 2 minutes we'll I'll try to speed this up a bit. So we'll try to speed this up a bit. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to speed this up a bit. And I know. Okay. Let me get this done. Okay, let's see. Okay, here. And the idea is that Jane's just going to be like sneaking around. Jane's going to be like sneaking around here. I know, I see the time. I hear the timer. I hear the timer. I hear the timer. Yeah, And let me turn off the sketch. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna be. Trigger looks like that one quality, our quality Nikkei. I forgot. Oh, Trigger. Oh, which one am I thinking of? What do you think? Is it because of the swimsuit? I think it might be because of the swimsuit, though. And Trigger might be blind here. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be like really, really. I think this is gonna turn out to be really good. So. Okay. Okay, so we got Jane. That, and then I gotta go back in. I want to add the black. I want to add the black parts of her swimsuit, and the thigh straps to her swimsuit as well. Here. Yeah. I'm right. Here, and then shading. And then we need to add the pantyhose basically. And the pantyhose basically. Here. Here. There we go. There we go. There we go. So we have that little bit of detail there. And here, let's put her further. Oh, I could keep this out. Yeah. There we go. It's a little subtle detail there. See, there you go. See, there you go. She's a little more subtle in the background. So you see that? Jane's gonna get you. That's the idea. Jane's gonna get you. Exactly. little subtle detail there. Jane's gonna get you. That's the idea. That's the whole idea. Awesome one. And let me put one more thing. I'll need to put this in front. I'm gonna put this in front. So this will be the Jane's expression. Okay, Jane's expression right there. So Jane's expression. So let's do a let's grab that. Get that pink again. I'm just gonna put the exclamation point again. Put a little exclamation point there. Exclamation point, and then. See, I like this though. See, I like this. It feels like it kind of like expanding, expanding a little bit. By the way, there's a Jane Doe mod for Eve. There is a Jane Doe mod for Eve. Oh God, I can't, man. I can't, man. It's too much. Listen, Can't listen when the CEO of Shift Up is throwing down the gauntlet, telling everybody your mods ain't good enough. You need to do better, bro. Bro, Jay, this is what happened. This is what happened. Shift Up CEO said, "Bring it on. I want to see your best," and that's what happened. People are bringing out their best right now. It's like impress. It's like impress me, modders. Come on. Okay, so we got first time diving suit. We got Eddie. So for what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing the hat removers. I'm seeing some of the hat removers. Some texture removers. They did some adjustments to Anissa's outfit, which I like. Making some new outfits too, which I'm liking it too. And this one I gotta I'm on Ayaka mods right now, and let me look up Nexus mods right now. Let me look up what's going on in Nexus. What's on Nexus mods? More splash art stuff. They're putting saves in there. Oh, Chongsen. Oh, they're doing a change to the Chinese dress. A color change to the Chinese dress. Creases. Its usage. Play a diamond suit. Noir. What's this one? Whoa, I like that. I like that one. I like this one. I like this one right here. I like this one. This is noir. I like that. I like that black and white. Oh, that's clean. That's a clean suit. That's clean. That is clean. That black and white is really clean. So, especially with Modernia's hair. It's really clean. No, I'm just looking up some of the we being good YouTube. I ain't showing the spicier ones, but there was one that that I'm just like, nah, bro. I'm just like, you know what? Yep. Israel. Oh, this one play Israel. The Black Star, deep dress mod, white lingerie. There's a lot. There is definitely a lot. There's a lot of edits, though. There's definitely a lot of edits. Oh, it's a mod for Scarlet, but it removes all of the. It's just a bodysuit for Scarlet. There's one for bro. Bro, there's bro, there's already mods for Lily, and like I'm digging the like I love the scar. I love Lily's Stargazer suit. This is one without the coat, and I'm like I don't know. I actually like the Stargazer outfit with the coat though. I would lower the pants and make it a full midriff, but I like the Stargazer outfit without the coat, with the coat. But then there's one that I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to download this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download this one. I'm gonna have to download this one. Yeah, yeah. Full exposed midriff right there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download this one. I'm gonna have to download this one. That's a yes. Sorry. Griffin. I'm a sucker for good navels, okay? I'm a sucker for navel gazing, okay? A sucker for good navel gazing. Boy, shut up. Shut up. Shut up, all y'all. Shut up. Anyway. Okay, chain's done. All right, let's go make some adjustments, and then we are going to let's go make some adjustments, and then we're going to go ahead and set up the let's go and set up the video here real quick. So I think one adjustment I want to make is I probably want to adjust Ellen's face before we start on the lighting. I probably want to adjust Ellen's face a little bit. So let's go ahead and bring up you guys. I promise you guys voted on it. So as I'm here to fill my end of the bargain. Where is it? Okay. So we're going to react to this in full. We're going to react to this in full for only the sheer hour and a half that we have. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Smash the like button. I'm glad you guys like the react to Neil to the Neil Druckmann documentary. No, I didn't. I ain't contributing shit, man. I can't 3D model. Shut up. Anyway. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. I'll try to leave a link. If I didn't, I'll try to leave a link to Latina Parfait's video in the description so you guys can check it out yourselves. So, all right. But as I promised, let me get up and stretch real quick. Get up and stretch real quick. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to get up and stretch. It's a couple intervals, so okay. Okay, you guys voted, and we were like, okay, we'll react to it in full. So, like Kyle has some real good things to say about this in his recent stream. So I'm gonna try to remember what Kyle was saying about some of this here too. So, okay, you ready? All right, let's do this. Make sure I got that. All right, make sure my music is down. All right, we about to piss people off today. Let's do it.
There's a large cast of characters.
Yeah, a big emphasis on the large.
I really like to make sure that their designs and
Listen, I'm going to say this once and I'm going to say this again. The art is really good. Like, the sketch is really good. It's just the designs of the characters are... Clearly, the artist is skilled. The artist is talented. But clearly... It's just the choices. It's just like, nah, this doesn't scream.
personalities are
appealing.
translating.
Let me guess their personality is getting offended over people on Twitter or Blue Sky, posting on Reddit crying about the patriarchy, and swallowing estrogen pills and washing it down with some tasty, yummy Soylent.
Oh, I'm all for it. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of a cuck. Why not, right?
But like, seriously, these have got to be the most global homo character designs I've ever seen in my entire life.
You know, everything Latina Parfait he says is based and correct.
Like, I can't even tell if most of them are meant to be men or women, but I guess they
I
shouldn't.
think the problem is that, like, I think where I see it is that it's very and we saw this with a lot of characters. We saw this with a lot of characters. Like, we saw this with a lot of designs, and I brought this up, and how everything is very androgynous. You know, everything is very androgynous. You know what I mean? And I think that's very, like, it's very common. It's very common. It's, well, I won't say very common, but it is a common, like, I want to say like a common decision basically amongst this kind of amongst this kind of community, this kind of group, and the kind of like this mindset of that, you want to challenge beauty standards, you want to eliminate the concept of gender by making your characters look very androgynous. And I think that that's a two-way street, because not only does that, it's so desperate to be diverse and stand out that your characters look very androgynous and unappealing. Like, if you're having a hard time determining who is a man and who is actually a man or a woman, then you might be in trouble. I'm just saying, you might be in trouble.
Gonna be too surprising when the developers look like this and have septum piercings, which will be a reoccurring theme for this showcase.
Right.
And also the other developers are like special needs or some shit.
Dude, did you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
I also just want to say that I do love Wham and YouTube. I love them so very much, and I support the LGBTQ123 ABC community so much.
I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay.
Not to mention, I am also a Whammon of color. I also support Ukraine and the popular thing, okay?
In this project, we aimed to make the walking simulator genre more engaging. There is no combat, no constant deaths, and no traditional challenge.
Doesn't that
You want to make the walking simulator. Let me phrase this again. You want to make the walking simulator genre more engaging by having no combat, no death, and no challenge. I said this on Monday, and I will stick to my statement again. Women, let's be honest here. Women really like cozy games. Women are probably the biggest market for cozy games. But even cozy games have a bit of challenge. Even cozy games have a bit of, puzzles to solve, intrigues and such like that. You know what I mean? The fact that you're eliminating the concept of challenge, no death, basically, and just like progressing through without any sense of like actually doing anything. That's the kind of the kind of one of the bigger issues when it comes to the quote unquote walking simulators. Women are going to get bored by that real quick. They're going to find a game like this very boring. People are going to find something like this where there's no challenge very, very boring. Just saying.
that just sound like such fun, Maybe everybody should advertise their game as a literal walking simulator.
The walking simulator genre.
And is it even still a video game at that point if there is no combat, no chat?
Even Animal Crossing has challenge. Even Sims have challenge. Like games with no like this is kind of misconception. It's like, oh, it's like if a game doesn't have any combat, that's automatically boring. It's like, no, that's not the case. It's like you can have an engaging, enthralling game without any combat whatsoever. Like I said, Animal Crossing and The Sims are cozy games, but there's still a bit of challenge to it. There's still a bit of puzzles to solve and such like that. What she's describing is a walking simulator with no challenge, with no death. You're gonna have zero intrigue. It's going to be very boring. You're going to have zero engagement.
Challenge, no nothing. How boring and lame.
I just fucking real talk.
Why are you even playing the video game then at that point? Just go watch a movie or read a book.
Exactly.
They even let you eat drywall. You heard that right? Our first game in this segment is
I'm gonna do the best. I'm gonna try to be the most. I'm gonna try the best I can. I am going to. I'm literally trying the best I can to not comment on looks, but this is supposed to be a promoter of the Women in Games Fest. This is supposed to be a promoter, and all I can say is that's an absorbent amount. That's a little too much. That's a little bit too much. I get the motif. I get that a lot of the streamer girls have that kind of look, to have that kind of like aesthetic when it comes to that. But I'm just saying that's a little too much. I'm just saying that's a little too much. And yeah, this screams Twitch. This has to be a Twitch streamer. This has to be a Twitch streamer. This has to be a Twitch streamer. Come on.
Drywall eating simulator.
Oh my god, wow.
Drywall eating
quirky,
simulator?
Dude,
What?
A game about eating drywall? How funny. Is this truly the best women can cook up though? Which maybe calling this beautiful, pink-haired, stunning creature a whammon is giving her too much credit.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best not to say anything, but I'm just gonna put in the comments. There you go. Anyway.
So maybe I'll just refer to her and all these other, quote-unquote whammon as body type 2s, so we can be much more inclusive out here in this bitch. But yeah, the Game Awards a couple days ago held the whammon-led game show.
I'm trying my best, chat. I'm trying my best to be fair. Okay, I want to try to be as fair as I can. But it's just that moment alone is just like. Anyway, let's continue.
Showcase, which is basically only video games made by whammon for whammon, and as everybody's favorite whammon of color, I thought I would be the perfect whammon to give you my thoughts and opinions on this wonderful and amazing.
I'm not entirely privy to the idea of doing a showcase by a specific showcase made by women for women. I'm not totally against that idea, but I think I feel like it probably would have made sense if you released this on Women's History Month or International Women's Day to do this showcase on International Women's Day. I'm just kidding. It's just ultimately I'm not against the idea. And I think in all fairness, I think it's really cool to highlight that. I just think that it's trying to hitch its ride off of Summer Games Fest, and I get the sense that these I don't think they're strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet. I'll just say it there. It seems like they're not strong enough concepts, strong enough to garner that appeal, to garner that interest, to stand on their own 2 feet. That's just what I'm saying. From what I'm looking at here, and I stand by what I said. Every game I think every kind of game deserves to succeed. Every kind of game deserves to find its audience, and in respect, I hope these games that we're seeing will find their audience. It's just they probably have to understand that for who they're appealing to, that audience is very minuscule. That audience is very, very minuscule. It's a very small niche audience. Nothing wrong with niche because we promote niche games all the time. It's just I think you kind of got to read the room a bit. Like, even for a niche audience, you may not succeed in that aspect. Like, I think even within a niche audience, I'm suspecting that these games that are going to be shown are not going to hit that, are going to be, seen as failures. I guess that's just... Am I being harsh? Am I being harsh when I say that? Let me know, guys.
Amazing showcase here from a Whammon's perspective and shit. Also, for whatever reason, there seems to be quite a lot of misogynistic bigots disliking this video or stream or whatever. Like, look at this shit, for example. Almost 1K dislikes and only 800 likes. Like, can we please not allow this video to get 1K dislikes and instead get 1K likes? Please, pretty please. We need to save our queens and miladies from these racist gamers who just want to gatekeep body type 2s out of our hobbies and shit. Like, I 100% agree with Moonlight Huntress Diana here down in the comments, who literally just made her account a couple days ago, by the way.
So you made your account a couple of days ago just to lambast at the people criticizing the showcase. You made your account 6 days ago, prior to the showcase, only to comment and lambast the critics. You can't. I think some people can't bot very well, if you know what I'm saying. Like, some people can't bot very well. Like, you can tell when like some comments are clearly, okay, that was made by a bot. Like, that was clearly made by some kind of bot to promote the game. I think in that same token, some people can't bot very well. Some people don't have that talent to make a bot account and make it convincing. Like, tell me that this is a developer without telling me this is the developer, without having tell me that this is a developer without telling me this is actually a developer who had a problem with all the criticism. I'm just saying.
Write out this comment saying, these comments are exactly why we need more Whammon-led games. Everyone deserves representation and to feel safe in communities. 100% agree with.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. Let me, I think, because Kyle did this in his stream, and I'm gonna bring this up. So these comments are, let me read this around. These comments are exactly why we need more women-led games. Everyone deserves representation and to feel safe in communities. These games provide comfort and a space to relax and just enjoy some hopefully fun games. And yes, everyone, the toxic masculine men are welcome to play these games too, or you cannot just more games existing isn't a way to take away anything. Either way, it doesn't affect your life. I understand not wanting inclusion because it brings more fans to the gaming world and allows more growth, more players, and more budget means more studio, means expanding, means more games. Anyway, go off, gamer girlies. This is a real comment, by the way. Okay, let's do... I'm gonna be copying. You know what? I am copying Kyle when I say this, but let's rewrote this. These comments are exactly why we need more women like Eve in Stellar Blade in more games. Everyone deserves representation and feels safe in communities. These kind of games provide comfort and a space to relax to enjoy some, hopefully, fun games. And yes, everyone, the toxic masculine. Let's put it this way. Let's rewrite this. The toxic, sensitive snowflakes and games journalists are welcome to play these games too. You cannot. More games like Stellar Blade existing isn't going to take away anything. Either way, it doesn't affect your life. I don't understand not wanting inclusion, because games like Stellar Blade brings more fans to the gaming world and allows more growth, more players, and more budget. More studios expanding means more games like Stellar Blade. Is that a better rewritten? Did I rewrite that better? Is that better? I'm basically just throwing it right back at them. I'm just throwing it right back. I'm just trying to throw it right back in their face, basically. So anyway, this sounds like a bot. Angry game developer, apparently. I don't know. I get the snide. I get the sense of smugness coming from that comment. So, yeah. This has to be one of the developers in this showcase saying that. Anyway, go off, gamer bros. There we go.
Moonlight Huntress Diana here down in the comments, who literally just made her account a couple days ago, by the way, to write out this comment saying, these comments are exactly why we need more women-led games. Everyone deserves representation and to feel safe in communities.
Okay, then.
These kind of gamers provide comfort and space to relax and just enjoy games, hopefully fun games. And yes, everyone, even the toxic, masculine gamers, the toxic masculine men are welcome to play these games too, or you can just not. More games existing isn't going to take away anything. Either way, it doesn't affect your life.
You really are stupid, ain't you?
I don't understand not wanting inclusion because it brings more fans to the gaming world and allows for more growth. More players means more budget, means more studios expanding, means more games.
Shut your bitch ass the fuck up!
Anyways, go off, gamer girlies, with a heart emoji. But yeah, I'm glad us body type 2s finally have a safe place to play our...
Oh, that's a first. That's a first. EDP 445 showing up on my channel. That's the first time I saw EDP. An EDP clip on my channel. What the freak? If you guys don't know who EDP 445, look him up. It's very entertaining. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, that is all I'm gonna say. Anyway. Ooh. I know that I would see EDP show up on my damn channel, but okay then. Yep. Do not forget. Yep, Jake. Yep, Sean. Yep. If you know who EDP is, well, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
shitty walking simulators and visual novels. There also seems to be a lot of comments talking about Poir and other Dragon Ball Z characters, and even a game called Dragon Ball The Breakers, whatever this is supposed to mean, since I don't think this showcase had any Dragon Ball The Breakers trailers, showcase. So, that's kind of weird. That's kind of odd. I don't know. And I'm also sure that this showcase here will truly demonstrate and prove to us toxic male gamers that women can also create good games, dude, and that there isn't a core.
They can. Women can. I don't know what they're trying to prove, but women can make great games. I'm just saying. Women can. Anybody can. So, I'm just saying. I'm not saying women can't make great games, because actually they can. But go on. But please go on.
Relation with the increase of women in the gaming industry nowadays and the massive steep decline in the quality of games, as with how every modern game nowadays is extremely lame and gay.
Latina Parfait, did he go based again? He went too based. Normies can't handle it.
But yeah, let's check out this wonderful showcase, which again, I'm sure is going to be filled to the motherfucking brim with quality.
I get the Artemis symbolism, but I think that it's just a very boring logo. I just think that's a very boring logo. It's just my opinion. My opinion, I just think that's a very boring logo.
Anyway. Games and not mobile and flash tier slop. So we start off with this fellow very attractive and very slim, beautiful body type 2 named Jumbo, telling us about how
Jumbo? Jumbo? What kind of name is Jumbo? Okay, I'll be fine. Okay, you know what? I'll be fair. I'm just saying. Jumbo is a very interesting name. Jumbo, Jambo. Jumbo. That cannot be. Yeah, her. I guess this is her Twitter, or her Twitch is at Play with Jumbo. Interesting. Very interesting.
Exciting the games are in the showcase.
Of the Women-Led Game Showcase, I'm Jambo, and today we're going to be highlighting some of the most exciting games.
Which hopefully...
Jambo. So like Jabambo? Or Jambo. Sorry, Jambo. Sorry, I guess I was spicing it up, so it's Jambo. Interesting. Very interesting.
You aren't lying to us, Jambo. Hopefully these games here are very exciting. Then she just basically says that they have games for everybody, and they are made by body type 2s from all across the world.
Led by women from around the world.
Let me tell you something right now. And this is I think it's going to be an unfortunate reality that I think a lot of people need to. This is probably the hard truth that probably a lot of people need to understand, especially in this industry right now. When you make a game for everyone, you make a game for no one. When you try to appeal to everyone, you end up appealing to no one. I think it's awesome one. I think it's meant to be. It's done sarcastically. It's done sarcastically because they don't address themselves as women most of the time. Themselves as body type Bs or body type 2s. You know how the industry is with them making body type 1s, body type 2s. It's supposed to be a sarcasm. So, but when you make a game for everyone, when you try making something for everyone, you make something for no one. That's what I'm trying to say. And you're gonna have a lot of trouble trying to find that market when you're trying so hard to make a game for everybody. Like, a lot of games, the games that I will say that appeal to everyone weren't exactly made for everyone. You know what I mean? If you think about that. Like the games that like the most a lot of the most, well recognized games like your Dark Souls and stuff like that, they weren't made for everyone. They were made for a specific audience. And yet they found that mass appeal. It's just that when you try to make a game for everyone, you end up appealing to no one. And I think that goes straight to Emerald, who's in the chat right now. Emerald, I know what you're working on. Don't appeal to everyone. You already know that, but don't appeal to everyone, because you're going to end up making something for nobody. And I think that probably needs to be, I think more people in the industry probably need to understand that. To just get out of that mass appeal, trying to find that mass appeal. It's like, no, find that appeal on your end, find that niche on your end. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You're gonna probably be better off having. You're probably better off trying to appeal to, your target audience, the audience that you want to target, than trying to appeal to everybody and trying to please everyone. That's what also is a problem, is that these devs are so hard trying to please everyone when they're trying to please everyone, when they reality you can't please everyone. You can't appeal to everyone. You find your... Exactly. Niche games can still have a mass appeal.
I keep laughing at how stupid you are.
So we got that diversity and shit covered, which is probably something else you guys will also notice. If you got even like 1 point invested into your noticing skills, that all these games that will be showing off are going to be extremely diverse in the characters, which, hey, I'm not saying that's a bad thing or even a good thing. I'm just here to point it out and you can decide for yourself and maybe connect the dots. I don't know. So the absolute banger of a title they lead off with is called Will Follow the Light, and it's a walking simulator with no challenge or difficulty.
There is no combat,
This one?
no constant deaths, and no traditional challenge.
Which is the
Okay, you know what? No. I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna put this side by side. We're gonna put this side by side. No. I need to see this. In fact, you know what? Screw it. Picture in picture. I'm gonna do a picture in picture. Hang on. I'm gonna blow this up. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have this right here. So you may see this on the lower end of your screen. Yeah, let's do it this way. That's fine. I can cut this out. That's fine.
It's about what you would expect from a showcase led by body type 2s, am I right? If we're going to be honest, it looks extremely boring. All you're doing is just walking, and they showcase a few different locations where you might be in. That's a bad thing or even a good thing. I'm just here to point it out and you can decide for yourself and maybe connect the dots. I don't know. So the absolute banger of a title they lead off with is called Will Follow the Light, and it's a walking simulator with no challenge or difficulty.
There is no combat, no constant deaths, and no traditional challenge.
Which is about what you...
I'm sorry. No combat, no constant deaths, and no traditional challenge, and making it as a walk and trying to revitalize the walking simulator. I'm sorry. That's just boring. I'm sorry to tell you this. That is straight up boring. And if your appeal is to women, if women is your appeal to this, then you're better off just you find more appeal in just going outdoors. Women, I'm just saying. you're better off just you're gonna have more fun going outdoors. You're gonna have more of a challenge going outdoors. I know somebody's gonna be here tell me to go outside and touch grass. I'm like, motherfucker, I got a job to go to. I have a job, you a-hole. But no, seriously, like, no combat. Move this over here on this side. No combat, no challenge, no death. Which it's fine. You can make a cozy game like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just good luck finding an audience. Good luck finding even a niche audience for people to appeal to. And that just sounds boring. That just sounds boring. No offense.
You'd expect from a showcase led by body type 2s, am I right? If we're going to be honest, it looks extremely boring. All you're doing is just walking, and they showcase a few different locations where you might be, instead of walking and holding the W key, you're instead being led by dogs. And guess what? Holding the W key, or on a boat and not holding the W key. Like, I didn't.
It looks good, but it feels like this would be more as just, you know, a live 2D background instead of as a game, though. Something you would put on in the background or something. So there's got to be more than that. And I think this, and I think there's a misconception. I think there's a misconception. I think there's a mindset here. I think there's a general mindset that you don't think, like, you know, toxic male gamers would appreciate walking simulators or anything like that. It's like, one of my favorite PS3 games was actually a walking simulator. Was, by all intents purposes, a walking simulator, and that was Journey. I freaking love Journey. I love the soundtrack to Journey. But the thing is that, like, Journey enticed you, though. The visuals of Journey really enticed you. The art style, the story. It was visual storytelling, basically. It was a way to take. It was storytelling, basically. You know? No, not the band Journey. I'm talking about the game Journey. It was. Journey, to me, is one of the shining examples of environmental storytelling. It's one of the most perfect examples of environmental storytelling, in my opinion. I love that game. I love that game. It's an experience. And it's like, okay, video games can be it's just like there are plenty of those games out there that just like really show how video games can be seen as art, as an art form. It's just this, when I'm looking at with this one, this just looks like pretentious art. And it has puzzles, right? That's right. Journey has puzzles as well. I mean, if this is about an experience, and like, okay, where you're just not, there's nothing to hook you. There's just nothing to hook you there. You know what? Screw it. I'll just go back to the main one. There.
Didn't think they could make the game any less engaging, but they somehow did. Congratulations, body type 2s. But yeah, I can't wait for all these games to flop hella hard, and for all of us toxic male gamers to be called racist and sexist, despite the fact that all these games are targeting or supposedly targeting women. And you know,
how is it racist to criticize something that's targeting women? I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be like. I'm just trying to make a point because they'll use the term racist, and I'm like, race has nothing to do with this. Race has nothing to do with this. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just pointing out, like, she makes a good point. This is like, we're racist. Like, I'm like, where does race go into this? You're just using buzzwords, though, you know? That's what I'm saying.
They also aren't buying this shit. They'll still try to find a way to spin it on us toxic male gamers. I can assure you that. But yeah, if I was a betting Latina queen, I'd say that all these games in the showcase won't sell more than 10,000 copies combined. And that's me being very, 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 very generous, okay, to say the least. Instead of going out to buy these trash games, you should instead subscribe to your Latina queen who will never let you down ever. Not to mention, you know, it's free, so there's no reason not to. Let's be honest, okay?
Real talk.
But yeah, bullshit aside, okay, bullshit aside. Let's move on to the next quote-unquote game called Tavern Talk Stories, and it, like most of the games showcased, looks like a mobile game, but there really isn't much shown other than you make drinks for the people in the tavern, I guess. I don't know, but let's move on. We get a game called Perfect Ties.
That could be interesting, though. That could be interesting. Like those kind of games can be interesting. Those kind of games can be challenging. So that's not knocking it. I'm just saying those kind of games can be interesting where you're just working at a tavern serving up drinks. That could be interesting. You can make that interesting engagement. I wouldn't write. I guess I can say I wouldn't write that game off completely, especially if there is a challenge to it. You know what I mean?
Station to Station. What a great name, by the way. And it's very pixelated, I guess, but I can't tell if you play as a man or a woman. But if that is a woman, okay, that's probably the most ugly woman. I mean, my bad. Most beautiful and stunning and brave woman I've ever.
Okay. I think I saw what was it? I think I saw Kyle make a good point about this, and I think this is a good point of contention. So I pointed this out. I said this back when I was following. Okay, do you guys remember the comic YouTubers that we used to follow back in the early days, like your boy Zach Englentine, Comics Division. You could probably cite EBS, I guess, OG like Comicsgate and such like that. And those you follow those comic YouTubers, and I still follow Wes of Thinking Critical. Those OG comic channels. The reason I bring this up is, and I remember your boy Zach used to be known as Diversity in Comic. I don't, Neo J, by the way. I don't, because let me make my point clear. Let me just get my point. So the reason I'm bringing up those old comic channels is because this was at a time where they would rip on so many of the all new, all different Marvel books that came out and DC stuff, and the very, I guess you could say, the quote unquote the SJW books that were running rampant in the industry back in like 2017, 2018, and so on, like pre-CG. One thing that I noticed from Marvel at the time, I'm gonna make my point clear. One thing that I noticed from Marvel at the time was that they were trying so hard to be slice of life books, basically. They were trying so hard to be like slice of life mangas that you see there. It's very LOL, so random, very Tumblr like art styles, and just trying to be cute, trying to be relative, trying to be relatable when your only audience that you're relating to are Tumblrites, are like sensitive snowflakes on social media, as Vera Dark would say. And I brought up that a good chunk of those books, especially from Marvel, let me continue what I'm about to say. A good chunk of those books, especially from Marvel, they were so desperate to be the next Scott Pilgrim. They were so, I can tell that there was a lot of desperation as they want their book to take off in the same way that Scott Pilgrim did. That is what I'm getting at with this art style. That is what I'm getting at with this game in general. We can cite that the pixel art animation looks good, but the style itself is too much trying to be relatable, trying to be Scott Pilgrim, trying to be that type of LOL so random Marvel book, when that's not appealing anymore. Like Sean, you can I don't think Sean can back me up on this one, but but Sean knows exactly what I'm talking about. Sean knows exactly what I'm about to say. The black guy in this the black guy in this image right here is too cute. The thing is when you make something that's too cute, especially a male character that's too cute, it looks too effeminate. It looks too effeminate. The reason I'm telling Sean this, because this was something that he pointed out a long time ago. And I think it's the same thing here. He looks too cute, and it just looks way too effeminate. It's way too, it's emasculating. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very emasculine. Okay, I'm doing this up. I'm sorry. This guy right here looks way too masculine. Looks way too cute. Way too much like an effeminate black character. And I think that's where my problem stems from. There's too much of a Tumblr-esque feel to this, is what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying, Sean, because I remember you bringing that up a while back of like, we need less effeminate black, male characters in video games and more masculine black male characters. And I am 1,000% behind you. And it's very submissive. This style looks so cute that it's very submissive. And I think I can see that I guess I have a problem with that. I guess I have the problem with this trying to be so hard to be Scott Pilgrim.
Ever seen in my life. I'm more led to believe you're a man and you are gay, though, and not just gay, okay? Because just being gay isn't enough of a checkbox these days, but you have to also be in a biracial relationship and shit. You need to have multiple boxes checked. Also, what's with women and sex? Like, look at this shit. Is sex a useful part of storytelling or merely pornographic? And then you have two options for useful.
Okay. All right. Where's Emerald? Where's Emerald? Emerald, roll call. Can we get Emerald? I need a roll call from you. I just want to make sure you're here. Okay. Let's all right. Okay. I'm gonna go off on a tangent here a little bit. So, is sex in video games useful or pornographic? When you have zero purpose to put them in there, and it's very in your face, like no hint of subtlety, then it becomes pornographic. reason I bring that up is because that tweet of, you know, how many sex scenes in all of these games compared to Stellar Blade, who has 0 sex scenes whatsoever, and yet people want to degrade that game as Coomer or goon or bait, goon material. It's what you call throwing stones at glass houses. If you want to involve, and I'm saying, and I'm, you know what? This is just me personally. This is just me personally. As much as we love fan service, all of us love fan service. We love fan service here. We, you know, CSF Nation, cute, sexy, and fun. However, we play a lot of the big jiggly waifu games too. We do play plenty of that here. The reason I want to bring that up is because we enjoy games like Nikke, we enjoy games like Stellar Blade, we enjoy games like First Descendant, and yet there's no those gooner games, as you want to call us, you know, you want to try to label us and such like that, which gooner means profitable. And yet those games, those fan service games that people want to try to lambast are much more subtle. No, let's put it that way. Let's put it this way. The fan service games that we all champion are just sexy. It never gets into gratuitous sex scenes. Like, let me put an example for you. For example, Nikke. With Nikke, a lot of the romantic stuff is more implied. It's more implied. If in, say, a gacha game, a romance is much more implied instead of, you know, showing it, bringing it all out. Like there are definitely dialogues where it gets intimate, but it never gets explicit. It never gets pornographic. It's always implied that two characters are, that you are cuddling with your waifu, you're kissing with you're getting to a romantic scene, but it never goes there. It never goes into that where it's like a gratuitous sex scene is what I'm saying. Now H games are a different story. H games are a different story though. To be fair, H games are a completely different story, and I'm trying to find oh, there it is. Okay, no, H games are a different story. The reason I want to bring this up is because you lambast, and I'm gonna bring this up in my Stellar Blade video. You lambast Stellar Blade as gooner material. You lambast like Nikke or Zenless or Snowbreak or Azure Lane or all these gacha games as gooner material. But yet, the games that you promote are have much more sex scenes, much more degeneracy. Well, that's a debatable though. But it's what I'm saying. Exactly. My stance is, and I look at this when I look at this the same way I look at Game of Thrones. You know, unless there's a legitimate reason to implement a sex scene, it's just pornographic to me. It's just that you're just doing it just as an excuse to show titties on screen. Nothing wrong with that, but Nothing wrong with that. To be fair, it's just people don't into prawn for the plot. Let's just say for the plot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. People are into that stuff just for the plot. Okay. For the engaging plot. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's because they don't show nudity. Just because it doesn't show nudity, it's just you have a very attractive female character. You have very attractive female characters in sexy outfits. And that pretty much is about it. Yes, you get plenty of panty shots, granted. But that's tame. But the reason I'm bringing all this up is because it's the mindset. It's that mentality in that from this developer would be using developers like this, or developers like with a mindset like that would find a reason to make a gratuitous sex scene. But then they would try to lament, what the games that, the Eastern fan service heavy games is pornographic. And it's like, no. It's a double standard. I could just tell from this is a double standard. A blatant double standard. And blatant hypocrisy.
And pornographic. But yeah, too much cringe. Moving on. We get Ministry of Order, which again, reoccurring theme, looks like a mobile game, and another reoccurring theme doesn't even look like a game to begin with. Where's the game at? I don't see it. The game is supposedly about matching babies with their parents. Like, how hard is that? Clearly the two white parents didn't give birth to a Tyrone or Shaniqua or a fucking Carlos. Or maybe they did because the mother wanted some BBC. I don't know.
You mean to tell me that two white families? You mean to tell me that a white mother didn't give birth to a Shaniqua or a Carlos?
Who knows? But I do know this. So far, I think Jumbo lied to us during the opening of the showcase when she said most exciting games.
Today, we're going to be highlighting some of the most exciting games.
I'm ready.
Yeah, that is not flattering.
The game, bro. Who's ready? Come on, who's ready?
Like, I think we all got scammed here. If we're going to keep it $133, But maybe the showcase gets better, or maybe it'll just waste more of our time with, more slop. Next is a game called Long Story 2, which I didn't even know or realize there was a Long Story 1. But maybe this is one of those cases where the first game never actually existed. I'm too lazy to look that shit up. I don't know. I don't fucking care either. And they are just slapping a 2 at the end, so you think it's some serious...
This screams Google. This art style is already not. This screams corporatized. This screams corporatized Google art style, just pretending that it's unique and standing out. This is corporatized. You look at this. This looks corporate. This looks like a corporatized art style
that's actually been around for a while, kind of like that shitty Anubis game on the Wii, where it was Anubis 2 despite there never being a first game. But yeah, it's some visual novel where I guess the main character dresses up in a Down syndrome turkey suit. Honestly, I don't even think this game has the worst art style.
It's not, but it's very corporatized though. This is very much of that Google like corporate art style. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Hang on. You know what? I'll continue. You know what? I'm gonna stop here. I will continue on the train. I'll continue on the train to work today. But no, I need to get into this. Okay, so I want you guys to look at this up. So this is corporate art style. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. The corporate. It looks too much of a corporatized art style in that it looks soulless. It's desperately trying to be hip, trying to be unique and stand out, trying to be inclusive, where it just looks like a mess. It looks like a mishmash. Google is very well aware of this, but this is that corporatized art style. And there's no... It's that big tech corporatized art style. Where this ain't it.
And I can see it actually appealing to some women, except our fellow queen here. That
it just no. It looks too corporatized. It looks too. It looks way too cozy. Like, I don't think even cozy games just no. That's
that design is god fucking awful. Remove that shit. Get that shit the fuck out.
Latina Parfait had to go based again.
Next up is Nature Kind, which is a card game kind of like Slay the Spire, I'm assuming. Your party consists of a gay black goat guy, a queen beast boy off of Wish, a disabled woman in a wheelchair, and a Muslim body type guy.
Let's go back. Hang on,
Nature Kind, which is a card game kind of like Slay the Spire, I'm assuming. Your party consists of a gay black goat guy, a queen beast boy off of Wish, a disabled woman in a wheelchair, and
a disabled... No. I want to go back here one more time.
Off of Wish, a disabled...
Oh, I'm all for it.
That black goat guy, a queen beast boy off of Wish, a disabled woman...
Disabled Asian woman with short hair, dyed hair, in a wheelchair, and holding a big stylus. How many check boxes? How many check boxes can we make in one character? How many check boxes can we make in one character? How many check boxes?
Woman in a wheelchair and a Muslim body type 2 with her hijab of +2 women empowerment and shit. Because you...
How many oppression points do we have here? This is the Oppression Olympics, the game.
You know, obviously, hijabs are very empowering to all women who are forced to wear it. Also, looking at the creator, I'm not even entirely sure if that's a woman, to be honest. That's why they should have named the showcase Body Type 2 Showcase instead, to be more inclusive and shit. Because I feel like it kind of leaves out and doesn't include our proud Pride allies, you know? Which is kind of fucked up since it's Pride Month after all. Then we are finally introduced to our beautiful co-host,
Pink Fairy Blossom, that sounds like a Twitch handle.
Fairy Blossom.
Or a fake account or something like that. That is a lot of pink. No offense, but this is too much. This is too much.
Awesome. And she tells us that she is going to show us games that shine with creativity and innovation.
Let's look at a selection of games that shine for their gameplay. Titles that bring innovation, creativity.
But for some reason, for whatever reason, I guess, my bullshit detector is going off, which I know women can't lie and everything, so maybe I need to go get some new batteries for my bullshit detector and replace it. And then we are shown another beautiful creature who probably enjoys eating out at McDonald's 7 days a week, and we are shown a shitty VR game that I don't even think we need to know the name of, since it looks to be such shit. So let's not even give this game any attention and just move on. I'm also just going to be skipping some games, since a lot of them are just too gameplay intensive and too innovative to show on my channel, or just too good, which, you know, my audience, my viewers, including myself also, you know, we can't handle those levels of innovation and intensive gameplay. So let's just check out the next game, which honestly might unironically be the best game so far and thus far, and a game that I actually see appealing to women and body type 2s out there. A game that allows you to customize your own little buildings or trains at the bottom of your screen, and it showcases you can do this while doing other things like watching YouTube, browsing the web.
Wait, so it's like a desktop game or something like that? Why do you have Lo-Fi Girl on the you have a Lo-Fi Girl in the background, so
etc. Which I don't know if any other game has done this before, but if they haven't, this is actually a pretty cool concept. It's also multiplayer, which is pretty cool and has mini games, I guess. Like, this is probably the best game shown so far, and again, one I can actually see appealing to women and potentially selling some copies. The creator also doesn't have a septum piercing and actually looks like a body type too, so that's another positive. Next is probably the first game that is actually a game called Fallen Tier: The Ascension, which is basically just a 2D Metroidvania. Not really a huge fan of the art style or even the main character.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like this one. This one is very interesting. I like the art style. I like the character designs. Very interesting. Okay.
Design. However, I can say
I'm kind of getting some Hades vibes in a way, but yeah, I'm liking this one.
At the very least, that there was some effort put into this game, unlike almost everything before this, aside from
see, we got something here. It reminds me of Dust. Yeah, it does remind me of Dust. See, but hey, there we go. We got something.
Nano Neighbors, which I just showcased, but it looks like it could be okay. Who knows? And after 2 decent looking games, of course, we have to go back to the slop. It's a witch delivery game according to our LGBT friend, our LGBT ally. And I'm not even shitting you. One of the advertising points is you can be gay. I can't wait for this game to...
What?
Not even shitting you. One of the advertising...
I'm okay with the art style. I'm like, it's just fine. I'm like, it's okay. I mean, that's fine. But
points is you
go for night rides. Okay.
Gay. I can't wait for the
be gay. Do glide. Nah. You kind of turned me off there. Sorry.
This game to come out and sell a grand total of 5 copies with a peak of 2 players on Steam. We are
so it looks like a racing
even
game
shown the sword after 2 decent looking games, the certain character, which doesn't even game to come out and sell a grand total of 5 copies with a peak of 2.
What is okay? You know, I'm gonna look at this game up. Hang on, I'm at
2 players on
this.
Steam. We are even shown.
Is this like some broom racing game? Which
I can't wait for this game to come out and sell a grand total of 5.
See, now I'm very interested to see what this game is. Hang on.
To the slop. It's a witch delivery game according to our LGBT friend, or
okay, I mean
LGBT ally, and I'm not even shitting you. One of the advertising points is you can be gay. I can't wait for this game to come out and sell a grand total of 5 copies with a peak of 2 players on Steam. We are even shown the Soy Boy Squad developers. Like, we can just tell this guy right here, for example, probably likes to be pegged from behind. Let's be honest, not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, if you like to be pegged, that's cool. Who am I to judge you? zzzero looks to be the...
Now I need to find that broom game. What the hell is that game now? Okay, now you got me having to look that up. Hang on, what is that? I don't see it. Where's the... Whatever. Oh, here it is. Okay, I need to see this.
My name is Anna, and I've got a witch tech delivery game to show you that I went indie with my friend to make. We just maybe went indie at an interesting time. That being said, we are very stubborn. I've been building this world for years, and that's why we're bringing this to Kickstarter. So let me tell you all about it. In Crescent County, you're making deliveries by day, using the money you earn to upgrade your motor broom, and racing your friends by night, with a healthy dose of pissing as well.
You know what? I was interested in art style, but then I immediately just lost interest. I was like, okay, never mind. I was like, you know what I want to see? You know what I want to see? Emerald pointed this to me, and I blinked, and I remember waking up to this one. Emerald freaking pointed this out to me, and I'm like, you know what? I had to follow this artist too, and I reposted it too. So thank you, Emerald. Let me find that. Let me find that here. So, Fung Ding Dong put this idea out, and I'm like, no, don't you dare. I'm like, this right here, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I'm like, damn, I should have came up with this idea a long time ago. He made up this post of like a waifu racing game, and I'm like, you know what? The concept is interesting. I don't mess with that art style and execution. I think the problem is the art style and execution. But this, you know what, is making me think of this. And I'm like, can we make this a reality? Can we make this a reality, please? Emerald, thank you for bringing this to mind. I'm like, yes. Yes, please. Someone said, first indie dev to make a jet first indie dev to make a Stellar Blade meets Jet Moto. See, now you got me ideas, man. See, now I'm thinking about. See what I'm thinking about right now. I'm not just thinking about Midnight Rush, okay? I'm thinking about Dolphin Jet, okay? That was like my own take of. This is like my own version of Dolphin Wave and Kanagawa Jet Girls, okay? I would love a racing game like this. This is like my version of Jet Moto, okay? Moto, okay? Yes. Wife of Jet Moto, basically. You know what? I would love that. Make that a reality, please. If Stellar Blade meets Kinetica, oh my god. Kinetica was so dope back then. That was by the God of War developers, by the way. Oh, sorry. I just want to share that off. That's awesome. I'm sorry. Game. Oh, it's gotta be with bikes. Bikes. Oh, that got me ideas. Oh, Emerald, thank you for sharing that with me. That is so awesome. Like, I want this idea so bad. This kind of game, I've seen this kind of game already with Kanagawa Jet Girls. Yeah, we saw this Kanagawa Jet, so it reminds me of Chasing Kaleido Rider. Yes, this one right here, Chasing Kaleido Rider. Although this is a gacha game. This isn't a racing game. But, bro, that looks cool. I might check that out. I might check that out at some point. Because I'm like, okay, we got, waifu girls with bikes. But I'm like, this needs to be a racing game, not a gacha game, though. I got like different ideas for a racing game, by the way. Yeah, that's peak. This is peak right here. This is peak. Booyah. Put in some sci-fi universe. Put in some sci-fi like Nikkei world or something like that. You got a license to print money right there. Sorry, not my
LGBT friend or LGBT ally. And I'm not even shitting you. One of the advertising points is you can be gay. I can't wait for this game to come out and sell a grand total of 5 copies with a peak of 2 players on Steam. We are even shown the Soy Boy Squad developers. Like, we can just tell this guy right here, for example, probably likes to be pegged from behind. Let's be honest. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like to be pegged, that's cool. Who am I to judge you? Ascend to Zero looks to be the only game I can actually see men playing, while the ones who are...
looks interesting. I saw the I saw this on Gematsu. I think I saw this on Gematsu.
Pegged, that's cool. Who am I to judge you? Ascend to Zero looks
art style, but I like this.
to be the only game I can actually see men playing. Well, the ones who are weebs at the very least, because of this.
Let me look at that. Let me look that up real quick. I know. We gotta get. I gotta get ready for work, but I need to look that up. Hang on. 2. Send to 0. I need to look this up. I need to look this up. This looks good. Like. I like the art style. This looks cool. This looks cool. It's like a bullet hell. I really like those. Yeah, I might put this on the wish list. I might have to wish list this one. This looks cool. Yeah, it looks like a bullet hell. Yeah, it looks like a bullet hell. Very cute art style. It looks very fast-paced and really smooth. Wow. This looks crazy. I dig this a lot. Yeah, it's a hack and slash. Not mad. It's a roguelike. I'm fine with that. That's right. Okay. You know what? Okay, you know what? You sold me. You sold me. You have sold me. Okay, you sold me. Just like Shape Protocol. Just like Shape Protocol, you sold me. Okay, you sold me. Hang on, let me do this real quick. I'm going on Steam. Okay, you sold me. Where's my store? Where's the store? I'm gonna put send to 0. Oh, there's a demo out. Nice. I'm gonna try that at some point. Okay, send to 0. You're going in. You are. I'm adding you to the wish list. It's a voice actor, so this might be an Eastern title. This looks awesome. This looks awesome. All right, I'm putting that in there. So let me get the link for you guys. So that way, if you want to wish list this one as well. Where is my share button? Do I have a share button? Where's your share button? Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm putting it. Yeah, I'm putting this on my. I'm putting this on there. So here you go. Here you go, guys. Ascend to 0. That is going on Steam. That is on Steam. But yeah, that's on my wish list. And I'll try to demo out. I'll see if I can try to demo out this week. That looks awesome. Not gonna lie. That looks tight. That looks tight. That looks tight. See, there we go. We got some. See, there we go. We put some wish lists there. Go. See. Look at these showcases, and I'll put some games on wish lists.
Certain characters.
Let's continue.
An art style choice that they decided upon. But yeah, it's an action roguelite and it looks interesting or could be fun. It's a game though, which I can't say that for most of the quote unquote games shown so far. We then are shown a game where you go around collecting mushrooms and talking to people. Again, I can see this game appealing to body type 2s. A cooking game where you need to cook food and plant and care for your farm, I guess. And then a game where you decorate a singular room, which doesn't even look like a game if we're going to be honest. Like I feel like this decorating room game has no content at all, but the previous 2 games out,
I'm not gonna lie, like the past three games on here, they look like they could be options for the same game, to be honest. They just kind of blend in together, if you know what I mean. If you kind of see what I'm saying, they just blend together. Wait, not this.
And it looks interesting or could be fun. It's a game though, which I can't say that for most of the quote unquote games shown so far. We then are shown a game where you
just that this one
go
right
around
here,
collecting mushrooms and talking to people. Again, I can see this game appealing to body type 2s. A cooking game where you need to cook food and plant and care for your farm, I guess. And then a game where you decorate a singular room, which doesn't even.
I don't know. I feel like the art styles kind of blend together. They kind of blend together. No shit. It's just they kind of blend together. It's like it's too. It's like I feel like it doesn't do enough. They feel like they could be different modes for the same game, for one game. You know what I mean? They just
even look like a game if we're going to be honest. Like I feel like this decorating room game has no content at all, but the previous 2 games Out and About and Kokoro Kitchen, these games should have opened up with the showcase or that Weeb game. Like I don't know what they were thinking opening with a shitty walking simulator. I guess women like walking simulators, but they much prefer games like Stardew Valley or games where you get to like customize your house or collect flowers and talk to the villagers than walking simulators, let's be honest. But yeah, so far this showcase has been obviously quite dog shit, aside from a couple games that are just barely above dog shit, or maybe decent or okay at best, if we are pushing it. Then we were shown Grave Seasons, which was the game I showed at the start of the video. It's a farming simulator combined with horror, I guess. The only horror, though, that I can see would be these abomination of character designs right here. This is probably the worst looking game.
This one here, very validate like with the art style
in here that isn't just, you know, some mobile or flash game. Not only the most ugly and disgusting to look at, but obviously the most woke looking too. Avoid this shit stain at all costs. Then we are shown another game and it's made and voiced by a black queen. That's all I have to say about this one.
It's Miriam Teakley and I am voicing Foxy in the upcoming game Widow.
Next up is that shitty climbing game Karen, which was shown at the Sony State of Play, where you also play as a fellow queen. I love the diversity of the showcase, am I right? Next up is a game where you're in a boat and cleaning up oil spills and shit. How exciting. Hopefully in the sequel we get to be in a boat saving the polar bears from global warming. Next up is Prison of Husks, which I honestly like the art style and the PS1 look. It does look a lot like Dark Souls. I think the environments and areas they showcased all look pretty cool. This is probably the only game here that I might actually check out if it goes on sale.
Like
probably the best.
It's like a PS1 style like Bloodborne. You know what I mean? This looks interesting. This
game on the showcase,
Prison of Husk. Okay, this is interesting.
However, it's saying that, it should be noted, I don't think the person speaking is an actual whammon or body type 2, which seems to add up. The best game on here isn't even a biological whammon. Kind of funny, not gonna lie.
Shrouded in love, and now sits abandoned. The demo is out now.
I like what I see. I like what I'm
Steam.
seeing.
If you like what you see, then I hope you'll give it a try.
Kind of like a Dark Souls.
But I also feel like I kind of got scammed because this is supposed to be the women's showcase after all. Lily's World XD is probably the biggest cheese pizza bait of this, showcase, since it's basically about the developer's younger self, and she inserts pictures of her younger self when she was like 14 or some shit, I think, into the game, and it's supposed to be whammon empowerment and shit. Since she used to think she was ugly when she was a child, but now she doesn't. So she's using her younger photos to empower whammon to be like, wham, Salmon, you aren't ugly. You're bootyful and shit. But let's be real, okay? Despite this game's target demographic probably being teenage women, we all know 40-year-old Discord and Reddit mods will be playing this shit. Next up is Voyagers of Nero, which is your standard and typical survival open world crafting game, which there are probably like a million of these exact same copy and paste games at this point that normies love to consume, but with the twist of you're a Native American before the evil white man came and took your land and shit. Fuck them whiteys. Then we are jump scared by True Domain. Dead Domain. And it's a game about horses. So I'm glad Dead Domain finally made a game for Avash and all of his viewers out there. Now you can play a game about horses in peace and not need a dedicated folder with a gigabyte of horse cock in it. Thank you, Dead Domain, for blessing Vosh with his favorite game about his favorite animals. Then we were shown another PS1 style or N64 style game that kind of looks like Zelda. It honestly doesn't look that bad apart from the absolute dogshit stills or designs. It's called Angeline Era, I think. I don't know. It's hard to read and the graphic design for the text or whatever is not it, okay? Next up is Danchi Days, which literally looks like Pokemon, and it seems to even be using the exact same assets, like this old man, for example, which if anybody has played Pokemon probably recognizes, or the PC box right here. I'm guessing it's a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald or Fire Red, one of those Gen 3 or maybe Gen 4 titles, which is kind of stupid since Nintendo is not friendly when it comes to using their IPs, assets, games, hacks, or any of that. So unless this shit is free, whoever this developer is might unironically be hit with a lawsuit. Then to close off the showcase, we get a Dragon Ball Z knockoff with a brown whammon and a furry. Wow, dude, how original, how cool and innovative. And you combine different words to do different attacks. The game looks extremely gay, and I don't see this shit appealing to women in the slightest. Do women even like?
Maybe not, but I like what I'm seeing with Wander Stars, though. I am liking what I'm seeing with Wander Stars, not gonna lie. It looks, I like this.
Dragon Ball, like seriously, like I'm not even like trying to be funny right now. Do women actually enjoy Dragon Ball? I don't think they do. Again, with these quote unquote women not even knowing their own demographic, but that's the thing, right? These body type 2s aren't actual body.
This looks more like a general appealing to the Dragon Ball types than
type 2s. So of course they don't know.
Good. This looks good. I like this.
What actual women want. But yeah, this showcase was dog shit.
You know what? Why not? You know what? Why not? I'm done anyway. I need to get out of here. You know what? Why not? I'm gonna put that on the list. Where's what the hell? I'm gonna put Wander Stars on the list. All right, where's Wander Stars? And Wander Stars has a demo. It's cool. All right, I'm gonna add you to the list. All right. I'm gonna add to my wish list. It looks. I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. I like the art style, very DBZ-esque. I don't kind of agree with Latina on that. I do agree with Latina on the fact that this. I think the problem is that this doesn't look like it would be the kind of appeal to that kind of cozy demographic, but because this looks like this would actually be more appealing to to weebs, to anime fans, just because of the art style alone. It looks very, very appealing. I like this. So I like this a lot. So yeah, that's Wander Stars, and that's a list. So out of all that she showed, and I think it's a good video, by the way. Out of all what she showed, 2 of those games actually ended up showing up on my list. What do you know? What do you know? And I did put Shade Pro. By the way, the Kindle, the developer of Shade Protocol, saw the video and really gave me a heartfelt thank you for that. Really appreciated that. So he said he would really like to see some fan art of Shade Protocol down the line. So I'll definitely do that. Definitely do that when we have the chance too. So yeah, I'm gonna add. Okay, so I added a zzzero and Wander Stars. zzzero, man. Oh, and that's from Crafton. Okay, that's a post from Crafton. Okay, I'm digging this. I am digging this. It's like I think it kind of hits that like sci-fi-ness. It's like right up my alley though, and it looks fun. Like it looks absolutely fun. So yeah. Definitely for the shonen loving crowd, yeah, and I think that's where it doesn't feel like it's like this doesn't really appeal to Wonder Stars. Doesn't feel like it appeals to women per se. Is more appeals to very much the shonen loving crowd, and I think that's what it. I think it's the right way and the wrong way to put it. I think you probably should have started off the show with that though, because I'm liking this. So that's what it was. Anyway, I gotta get out of here, guys. I got to get out of here. Very interesting video from Latina Parfait. If you want to go ahead and check that out, link in. I'll check that out. Check her channel out. All that good stuff. Very good video. What? And I'm out of here. So I'm gonna be focusing on this bad boy right here. I'm focusing on this. We're finally at the lighting. I'm finally at the lighting on this one. Wonder Stars definitely should have been the indie showcase, though. I think Wonder Stars should definitely be the indie showcase. And I think that the reason they put this, I think they putting this in this whole women-led, showcase, I think is in some ways is a double-edged sword in my humble opinion, because I think that it's really cool. I think that's really cool that both of those games on my wish list, those were women-developed games, but those were on my wish list because they look awesome. Because Wonder Stars and Ascend to Zero looks awesome. Not entirely like, because they're women-led games, though. And I think that is if you know how to interest your audience, you know how to really captivate your audience and get people to play your game. I don't think it really matters. I don't think it's not gonna be a big deal. The fact that a woman developed this. You know what I mean? It works. It looks fun. It looks good. And I think I just think that panel the panel kind of had the good intentions. I think that showcase had good intentions, but I think it just went the other way, as they intended. It didn't go the way they wanted it to attend, because I think that there's actually some really interesting stuff here. And it's just that the ones that really don't hold a candle, the ones that are more lackluster, it's just the fact that you're putting that, stigma up is like, oh, maybe a woman. It's just like, it might make it worse. I don't know. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments, guys. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, my day off, so we'll be doing peak gaming tomorrow. We'll continue Star Blade. We'll do the Nikkei playthrough, all that good stuff. I still have a Star Blade video that I need to make that I'm still working on. I'm editing it right now. I'm hoping to have that up tomorrow, if not Friday, for certain. So you guys have been amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank you to my channel members, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all later. And also, follow me on Newgrounds, Twitter, all that good stuff. I posted the Miyavi pick on Newgrounds, so if you guys want to check that out too. And all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm Makini, Artist Urban Illustrator. Thanks for hanging out with me on Makini in the morning. Until then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love, never apologize for wanting attractive women in your media, especially in video games. And above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great rest of your hump day, guys. We're halfway through the week. And you got a holiday. Let me know if you guys got a holiday tomorrow. I think I have a holiday. I have a holiday tomorrow, so, but make sure anyway. Check out the community tab. All that good. Check out the community tab. I'll make some more posts there. So later today. Anyway, I love y'all. Peace.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah! Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the Morning and getting your morning started off on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for as low as $1 a month. You want to support Makini further, and if you want to see more content from Makini and help him reach his 6K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. He would really, really appreciate it. I am Marisa Tali, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the Morning. Mwah. Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. We know that you guys love waking up with us here on Makini in the Morning, but if you would like to actually be in the live taping of Makini in the Morning, all you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free for free tickets. We would love to see you here in the audience for our next Makini in the Morning live show. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silver Night Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Nisla Zapai Television and Makara Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.